I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the DuPage County Zoning Board of Appeals, September 4, 2025 recommendation meeting. First, may I ask that the roll be called?
Mr. Murphy,
Aye. Here.
Mr. Rahman,
Here.
Mr. Jared,
Here.
Mr. Moran,
Here.
Mr. Schultz absent, and then Mr. Bob Cardinal.
Here. The first item to be considered is to permit Dennis to join in the proceedings this evening remotely. I understand from a discussion prior that he had an emergency and is not able to be with us this evening. So I need a motion to permit him to attend remotely.
I'll make it.
Motion by Mr. Rahman, seconded by Mr. Murphy.
Right.
Is there any discussion on that motion? Then in that case, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed or none opposed? Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard, sir. I'll indicate for the record that there is no public comment to be heard at this hearing, as I understand it. That's right. Yeah, I don't think we have any public comment that's been asked to be read into the record. And we have no minutes to approve. So we have two cases to consider. And I know we want to, Mr. Schultz is scheduled to be here any moment, but I think we can begin the discussion of these cases. The first of those cases is 25040 County of DuPage DOT. And that is a request for a special use for the construction of a new 178,000 square foot highway maintenance facility, including an equipment garage, support spaces, and Department of Transportation offices. Site development also includes construction of the new yard for DOT operations, including a new salt storage building, vehicle wash building, and fueling island. Additional improvements will be made to the surrounding areas, including new elevator at the current 509 county parking deck with a covered walkway, a new prefabricated cold storage building, and a new public bathroom building, both to be utilized by the fairgrounds. The record was completed at the time of the public hearing in this case, and I might ask for a motion to begin the discussion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Moran to approve. Is there a second to the
Second.
motion? Mr. Murphy seconds the motion.
To start the discussion, Bob, I thought the case was presented very well. And with the neighbors coming in, they had some good, stuff on there. And what I did note is they were worried about traffic on Manchester. And I noticed on the print that they're going to have gates there. And the day before that day, I pulled into that parking lot and there was somebody flying through from the county and going to Manchester. There's a little shortcut for them. I think there's going to be an improvement with less traffic on Manchester with this petition. So that they don't have to worry about that as long as they do have those gates. And the land use, I think, is perfect. I look back there and this just makes sense. And so that's why I was for the petition.
Well, in addition, we might have a condition imposed that there be no access to the facility to and from Manchester Road other than emergency access for first responders and emergency vehicles and personnel only. The access would be controlled by reasonable means and methods as determined by the county. That doesn't sound like much of a condition to me, but it's language that gives some guidance. So,
And that helps the people who were worried about traffic on Manchester. So I like that. Yes.
right, okay. I want to make sure that we have, Mr. Schultz, who intends to attend. So let me just go over, some basic findings. It seems to me that the 7 conditions for a conditional use, or the 7 requirements for conditional use that we're also familiar with, that are set forth in the county standards, have all been met, and the items were testified to one after another, and it seemed that the petitioner satisfied each of those county standards. With respect to the standards of Wheaton for its equivalent of conditional use, those standards, I am not, as familiar with those standards because they've never been presented to us before. But after just what I think to be my careful review, it seems to me that those standards each parallel the similar standards of the county. And if you just look at them and the common understanding of those terms, there's nothing complicated here. So it seems, there's nothing that is so complicated that, we need to be experts in the Wheaton ordinance. It seems to me that those standards are equally well satisfied by the testimony of the petitioner. And I think that is an important note to make. Other conditions that are proposed are relate to lighting and the direction of the pole lighting, etc. That it be pointed downward. Obviously, building permits are required. There are landscape requirements set forth in the conditions, and compliance with all other codes and ordinances of the county of Wheaton is our common requirement and condition. But in this instance, we would have sort of the piggyback the other codes and ordinances of the city of Wheaton relative to this structure. So it seems to me that case was fairly well presented, and I agree with the motion to approve. Mr. Schultz, you didn't miss too much. I rambled on a bit, but let the record indicate that Mr. Schultz has now joined the meeting. Is there anyone else that would like to make a comment? No? Well, and I guess we're ready for our roll call vote on the motion to approve.
Motion? Motion?
Motion to approve, we just need to call the roll so that we can vote.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Mr. Schultz?
Yes.
Mr. Robin?
Yes.
Mr. Gerard?
Yes.
Mr. Moran?
Aye.
And Chairman Bob Cardwell.
Aye. The motion passes by a 6 in favor, none opposed. And again, the record should reflect that we are 1 member short, so we don't have a seventh vote. That takes us to the petition 25052, the PTS, whatever that stands for, cannabis petition. This is a request for variation to allow an adult use cannabis dispensing organization within 1,500 feet of a pre-existing public or private nursery, school, preschool, primary, or secondary school. Is there a motion on that case? That's an Addison Township case, I think. So we don't have a member from Addison Township to offer a motion. So would someone substitute?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion, but I do want to add something to it. I'd like the motion to approve, but based on physically door to door is more than, what was that, Bob? Is it 1,500 feet?
1,500 feet.
Yes, so property line to property line is less than 1,500 feet, because I want to be careful not to set a precedent. This is further than 1,500 feet. It's in a very busy intersection. I always worry about children, but a child is not going to go across that street, that intersection without a parent. And so due to that fact, I am in the motion to approve based on physically door to door, it is greater than 1,500 feet. So that's where I'm going with my motion.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion is made by Mr. Moran and seconded by Mr. Murphy. Dennis, I agree completely. First of all, I was very suspicious of this, but through the presentation, it did occur to me that typical land planning evaluation does consider such things as the significant highways here to be a common buffer. So as you pointed out, so that can be included in our findings of fact. And then the other issue that you raise is a perfectly logical reason for an exception to me, that when you have two such large properties, that we should not just look at sort of point to point, property to property to determine the 1,500 feet, but also include sort of the location within the properties. So I agree with your analysis in that respect as well. Anybody else have any comments? No other comments? Well, I guess we're ready for a vote on the motion to approve. And I'd ask to call the roll once again.
Mr. Moran,
Aye.
Mr. Murphy,
Yes.
Mr. Schultz,
Aye.
Mr. Rahman,
Aye.
Mr. Giroux,
Aye.
and Chairman Bob Cargill.
Aye. The motion passes by a vote of 6 in favor and none opposed. We'll go forward to the County Development Committee with a favorable recommendation. Again, we don't have a 7th member, and therefore, yeah,
Can I have a moment?
off the record?
Yes.
Yes, so we'll go to record. I want to clarify my comments announcing the vote on the first case, which is the County of DuPage Department of Transportation case. I may have, though I am not certain, I don't believe I did, but I may have said the motion passes and goes forward to the Development Committee. In this instance, it does not go to the Development Committee because pursuant to an intergovernmental agreement, it goes directly to the village of Wheaton. And if I misspoke, then I'm correcting my misspokenness, which is also misspoken. So that's the only clarification that I wanted to make. Then we are ready to consider whether we have old business or new business. I know of none in either instance, and so we're ready to adjourn the meeting, and I will declare the meeting so adjourned. Thank you.